There we go. Are we live now, guys? Are we live now? We are live now. Okay, so YouTube said the stream had started, and OBS said the stream had started, but the stream hadn't started. Thankfully, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, we got loaded up with some stuff. You guys have been very generous, and yeah, YouTube was like, yeah, you're live, man. Go, go, go. Go, 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 YouTube said. And so I went, and you guys weren't there. And my wife actually came down, she's like, hey, I didn't notice you were live. And I'm like, okay, let me look, okay, and yeah. YouTube lied to me. It lied to my face. Yeah, you were right, yeah. Yeah, it said I had gone live, it said you are now live, and then it kind of hung on that screen until I went back to that page. I had to watch it finish spinning, I had to watch the circle spin. Even though it said I was live, if you don't watch that circle spin until the circle stops spinning, you're not live. So we're live now. Thank you guys so much for being here, I really appreciate it. This is the start of our new Paladin journey. Some of you are happy to see this character, some of you are distraught, some of you are disgusted, some of you are enthralled. And yeah, I appreciate you guys being here, regardless of how you feel. So yeah, thanks. Wasted rambling. I did some rambling, it got wasted, yeah. So yeah, when you hear me talking, but you don't see me, yeah. That's a problem. Alright. Yeah, so technically the first time I've ever been late to my own stream by 3 minutes. How atrocious and unprofessional is that? How's the music? How is my audio? Music is good, you can hear the music, it's not overpowering. I'm not too loud or too quiet. I want to make sure this is actually dialed in right. Did the mage die? The mage didn't die. No. No, I was playing the mage as I figured out what I wanted to do today. So, this is what I want to be doing right now. Audio's great? Okay, perfect, perfect. Yep, I've been thinking about the Paladin for a couple weeks. It's been a seed that's been growing in my mind. The night that I made the priest, I should have started the Paladin, but it wasn't quite blossomed yet. And then it bloomed, the idea bloomed today, and I couldn't not anymore. So here we are, yeah. Yeah. When I lose a character, it takes me a while to kind of settle into what I want to do. You remember how the first time I lost the warrior, we played the mage for a few days before I realized that I really wanted to be playing a warrior still? Kind of the same thing happened with this. Yeah, when I lose a character, like I'm not actually ready to make a decision yet about what to do next, but I have to do something, you know, I have to keep momentum. I have to keep going to keep momentum. So, you know, we went on the shaman and that was fine. I decided I didn't want to do Duratar again so soon because I was kind of Duratar'd out. And I turned on the mage today because, you know, the mage is our bench character. The mage rides the bench, so the mage got to come out, she got to play for a little bit. But this is what I want to be doing. And sometimes after a death, especially when you're close to level 30, like it takes some time to really figure out what you want to be doing. The Pally's usually pretty safe. Yeah, I got a Pally to 47 in solo self-found before I had to bench him because I couldn't find any items. We were playing the solo not found version of hardcore, whereby we don't find anything. But the problems I had with the Pally aren't going to exist on this server because I can use the auction house and trade stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do sword and board as soon as we get a sword and board. Obviously, right now we have a two-hander, but we're gonna do sword and board. We're gonna make ourselves tanky, and we're gonna go into protection spec with this one instead of going down ret again. So we're just gonna be really tanky. That's the plan. Thank you guys for being here for it.
Off with you. Safe travels. What can I do? See you soon. Watch your back. Off with you.
Training would be good. Let's go ahead and train. Yeah. And then we'll probably grind for a little bit. John, good afternoon. Thanks for being here.
What's on your mind? Be good. Keep your feet on the ground. How are you? See you soon.
Alright, we got Devotion Aura, 55 additional armor to party members within 30 yards. Players may only have one aura on them at a time. I get asked in the YouTube comments sometimes to like read out the abilities and stuff for people who aren't familiar with the classes, so I'll be doing a little bit of that to help people out who are watching, maybe watching the VOD or maybe even watching the stream and you just aren't familiar with the abilities and stuff. I'll read some of them. Auto attack is auto attack. Seal of Righteousness fills the Paladin with Holy Spirit for 30 seconds, granting each melee attack an additional 1 to 5 holy damage. So we pop that on, it's up for 30 seconds, and every swing we're dealing 1 to 5 additional damage as holy damage. Slower weapons cause more holy damage per swing. So, like the slow weapon thing, it's not just for Seal of Command. The slow weapon thing is a Paladin thing. We want a really slow weapon, because slower weapons cause more holy damage per swing. I don't know how that's going to work out with a one-hander. I guess we just need a really, really slow one-hander.
Well met.
So there's that.
Safe travels. Great to meet you. See you soon.
Oh, Jory, it's good to be back. Thanks for being here. Thank you for coming back. Swordboard hype even slower. Yeah, you know, it's fine. The Paladin is kind of like a slower roll anyway. And the whole point of a Paladin is that it's really, really hard to get dead. And since the point of hardcore is not to get dead, I feel like it's going to work out. I have good feelings. Am I going to do the level 20 Pally quest for the two-handed mace? We will see. I don't really plan to use two-handers, but I'll probably do the quest if it's possible to do, just for the experience. But I do plan to primarily stick with a sword and board for this one. As soon as we can get sword and board going, I would like to do that. Yes, Tactical, this will be our sword and board Pally. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say prot because like I don't know what talents we're gonna have to grab early on. You know, like a lot of times in vanilla, you have to go into like a different tree to grab some early talents. So, but we are gonna sword and board as soon as I get a good one-hander and shield. We'll be replacing the two-hander here. I'm seeing a lot of people in the Dwarven area. This is as many people as I've seen. There were not this many people when we restarted yesterday in Duratar. Yeah, this is more people than I've seen. I keep the hope alive that maybe they are like trying to reduce layering or they're trying to peel back layers. I don't know if that's like realistic, but a Blessing of Kings. Okay, that's in the prot tree, right? So I will be able to get Blessing of Kings this time around. Blizzard, they're listening to me. Yeah, I don't believe that, but sometimes they will do things that like that fix problems that I have. The closest example was when I was complaining of that the name guys needed to respawn every 10 seconds, and then the next day the name guys were respawning every 10 seconds. They're not listening to me, but I think like sometimes enough people are vocal about the same problems that they must be listening to somebody. I don't know who it is they listen to. They don't play their own game, so they're not listening to their own employees. But it does seem like every once in a while they listen to somebody. And so maybe if enough people are kind of like annoyed with how many layers there are, maybe eventually there will just be less layers. I was hoping today's maintenance would peel some away, and I don't know if it has. Or if just like a lot of people are playing here. The other concept is that this server has a much higher population than Skull Rock. So it could be that it's the same amount of layers, but the layers are more full. That's probably what it is. It's probably the same amount of layers as we have on Skull Rock, but the layers are more full because more people are playing here on Alliance. Yeah, Defias says full, and Skull Rock says high. And to me, that could be thousands of people. That's probably at least 1,000 player difference, if not more. I don't have anything to base that off of because they don't give us real numbers anymore. Somebody could check, Warcraft Tavern is a good site to check server populations. I don't know if they have yet published any data. Let's see. Defias Pillager server population. That's not it. Blizzard forums. The Blizzard forums are not going to tell us anything. We can be assured of that. Yeah, I'm not seeing like anything legit with the population numbers right now. Maybe some of you guys have a better resource than I have. Zesh, there's a discussion on the Blizz forums about layering back in August. Seems to be mixed opinions. Oh yeah, opinions are always going to be mixed. Yeah, but the more vocal people are the whiny people who don't want to have to wait for mobs, who don't want to have to compete at all with other players, who don't want to have to share Cactus App. Those people are always going to be the loudest. And the people who just want to play an MMORPG with other humans around, like, those people are not always going to be as loud on the forums. So yeah, opinions are definitely mixed. But the reason why there are so many layers right now is because, like, the people who are very whiny about not wanting to actually play an MMO, those people are the loudest. You know, they're the loudest people in the room. And so that's why we have 16 layers right now, when we ought to have like 3 or 4.
How are you? Hey, good. Watch your back. Off with you.
Pillager is 67% Alliance, and Skullrock is 73% Horde. Yeah, and that makes sense. That's what we kind of thought would happen because of the names of the servers. We thought that would drive people to those servers. But what we don't know is, like, how many people is that? So the Defias Pillager server shows up as full, and Skullrock only shows as high population. So there must be I'm assuming a large difference between the population numbers on a full server as opposed to the population numbers on a high population server. Yeah, it doesn't actually give any numbers, right? Yeah, we assumed that Defias would have more Alliance players, and we assumed that Skullrock would have more Horde players, and that turned out to be true. But we don't know what the actual numbers are, you know what I mean? Carnifex, yeah, I'm gonna be focusing on this for a bit, yeah. I've had Paladin on the brain for a while. The night we started the Priest, the Paladin won the poll, and I probably should have just went with the Paladin, but I wasn't quite ready yet. And then today I woke up ready, and then I jumped on the Mage for a bit and started chatting with you guys, and other people seemed ready for it, and like I felt ready for it. It felt like a good time to go ahead and pull the trigger on it. So yeah, here we are. The Shaman, so like from my Horde characters, I think when I do Horde it'll be like evening stuff sometimes, or you know, whenever I get the itch. We'll probably do the Mage for a bit. I'm gonna let the Shami sit for a while. I wasn't really wanting to do Duratar again so soon. I felt like, you know, doing 2 warriors basically back to back through Duratar. I just didn't want to do Duratar again. Yeah. We're gonna be doing a one-hander and shield spec, so eventually we'll be mostly prot spec. But yeah, talent trees don't work how they do in retail, so we'll have some points in different places, but we're planning to do a sword and board / one-hander shield.
Safe travel.
We're gonna go as tanky as we can,
Be good.
and just aim for like ultimate survivability in all situations. Is Peli my favorite character? Paladin is a class that I really like the fantasy of, yes. And I really like hitting things in the face. So I like the class fantasy of the Paladin, and I like hitting things in the face. And so I can have both now, so yeah. Historically, it has been. I got a little burned out on Bloodsail Buccaneers, obviously. Because solo self-found gets really tedious on a melee character because you never find weapons. So on solo self-found, I got a little burned out. But it's been a while since I've taken that journey, so... Am I at level for the shovel? I probably am. Yep. Shovel time. Oh, not quite ready for the rest of the gear yet. Level 4 for everything else. I don't need to be over by the trolls yet. Eventually we'll get a quest to get a gnome's items. And I want to wait till I have that quest to deal with the trolls. What's the difference between private servers and regular ones? Private servers are illegal and against the terms of service, and regular ones are owned and controlled by Blizzard. That's the biggest thing. There can be possibly hundreds of other differences. Because private servers can do different stuff with the game client and like drastically alter how the game works. So there could be hundreds of other differences, but I've never played on a private server, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, private server is something that someone in the community is running that is it's not legitimate. You're not supposed to run private servers. They're totally illegal. They're against the terms of service, and when you're on a private server, you're not paying Blizzard for the product that they created. But yeah.
Watch your back.
That's the big difference. They do it until they get shut down. Because they get access to the game code, you know, and they can just do it until Blizz shuts them down. Sometimes they're very active at shutting them down, sometimes they're not so active. Lucas, I'm doing well. Thanks for being here. Alright, this turn-in will get us level 4. We'll go train, and we will go grab the gnome's quest for his lost items. We should also vendor.
Keep your feet on the ground.
We have some gear that we can equip. Alright, I think that's good. Level 7. think I got everything.
How are you?
It's hardcore, so we have to sell the shirt off our back. It's kind of a tradition. We always sell the shirt right off our back because every penny counts.
See you soon.
There we go. Now we're good. Why am I using a shovel? Bis? 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 No, I don't know. So it was better than what I had. Somebody gifted it to me. And it was better than what I had. It's like a kobold shovel. Yeah, kobold mining shovel. It drops off the kobolds in Elwyn Forest. Skillionaire, dead at level 5 until Drassel. Killed by an owl. F. It's a good level to die. If you're gonna get killed by an owl, level 5 is a good time to do that.
Need assistance?
I had a flimsy chain cloak I just sold. Yeah, it probably got automatically vendored, right?
Have a great day now.
That's kind of the bad thing about Leatrix Plus at a low level, is it will automatically vendor junk, but at a low level, sometimes you want junk. Sometimes junk is better than what you have, which is nothing. Blessing of Might and Judgment. Alright, we now have all the abilities that we're going to need for the rest of the playthrough. So, yeah, settle in. Where'd it go? Am I going to try to play hardcore until I reach level 60? Yeah, I'm going to play hardcore until I hate it. Which I can't see that happening because we've already been playing hardcore since January. I've been playing hardcore January on Bloodcell Buccaneers, was my first character. And I've been pretty much sucked into it ever since. It's my favorite game mode in WoW right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep trying to get a 60, but even if I get a 60, I'm just going to go again. Yep. Good one. A lot of clowns. Yeah, the clowns are coming out. It's because some of the younger kids are getting off of school and stuff. They're getting their devices handed back to them after class. The closest was level 47 on Bloodcell Buccaneers. The closest on official was level 27 on the warrior that died yesterday. Yeah, we got a palate to 47 on Bloodcell, and I retired it. Without being able to find weapons or gear and solo not found, it became really, really tedious. And reported, yeah, exactly. If there is any doubt, there is no doubt. Da, da. There we go. Yeah, I like the saying, if there is any doubt, there is no doubt. And I want all the hammers loose. Everybody loosen up your hammers. Because it seems like we might need them this afternoon. Yeah, it is a shovel. It's a kobold mining tool. Yeah. It just happens to be the best thing we can have right now. The morning brew delivery, that's fine. We could do that. We could find some more cragboar. I thought I had pawn at some point. But I don't. Maybe that was Wrath of the Lich King that I was using pawn. Maybe it wasn't classic era because I thought I had it, but yeah, I don't. I don't have it. Dave, you restarted your warrior again? Yeah, one day I'll do a warrior again. Yep, one day. It'll happen someday. The next warrior I do will probably be a night elf. Yep. If you're loving it, go again. After getting 2 of them killed, I had to take a little break from Warrior. After killing 2 of them off, it's a little break. And like I said, I've been hearing the call of the Paladin. It's been singing to me. And I just had to answer. Rosalinda, I appreciate that. A lot of people were excited, or at least seemed excited, to see that I was excited about starting a Pally again. I needed time away after Bloodcell Buccaneers, you know. But yeah, here we are. Flox, you're on your 4th rogue. Rogues are really fun. If you're like digging a rogue and it's your favorite class, I can see how you would just go again. We are just gonna do skinning and herbalism. We're gonna get stuff and sell it. I'm not gonna worry about production professions. What I learned before is that I can't do blacksmithing. I don't have the patience to mine up the billions of copper that you need. And yeah, I just want to skin stuff. I want to herb stuff, and then I want to vendor it, and just bank as much gold as I possibly can. Thanks to some of you guys, I already have quite a bit of gold on this server, so we should be good to do some shopping for like weapons and shields whenever we want, which is really awesome, and I appreciate it. I've just been kind of running around killing stuff. Yeah, grinding is part of Classic. It should be embraced, and people complaining about not being able to get drops is like one of the reasons why we have so much layering going on. Because people don't want to compete for mob kills or anything because they already feel like it's too slow. It's like it's kind of supposed to be slow. It's journey before destination. That's like the biggest thing about Classic. Oh, we're going at it today. I love it. I love in the afternoons when the trolls come out. You don't realize, like, trolls don't realize how much I appreciate them. Because to have gotten to the point that I've gotten to on this channel, and to have gotten to the point where I've gotten to with streaming, to have so many trolls, I fucking love it. It's so rewarding to have so many people willing to try to troll me. I am really like grateful, and I find it very gratifying that so many people out there on a daily basis want to troll my channel. You know you're doing something right when people feel a certain way that they want to troll you. You know you're doing something right, and I love it. Thank you so much to all the trolls. You guys feed the algorithm. You boost the chat rate like through the roof. And I fucking appreciate you guys, you know?
Be good.
They help every time I get a bunch of trolls and stuff, like the viewership goes up, the chat rate goes up, the metrics go up. And it's like I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah. It's great it's great cuz they boost the metrics and then I just delete them forever. And it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. Because listen, I didn't always have trolls. So yeah, I take it as a compliment. Yeah, like, I don't think, like, trolls don't realize that because of the way the algorithm works, every single thing they try to do to troll somebody just helps their channel. You know? I guess sometimes they get, like, special reactions out of people, but that's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna be grateful for it, and then I'm gonna delete them forever. Like, your hammer has dents in it now. Yeah, it's getting dented up, man. We're gonna make sure we repair the hammers at the end of the day. Which class is the easiest to level? It really depends on what you mean by easy. Some people mean like the hardest class to get killed. If it's hardcore, you know you want a class that lives. Some people want a class that doesn't have a lot of downtime, like that doesn't have to drink mana back, that doesn't have to sit and heal. Some people mean a class that can kill really fast. So it really depends on what you mean by easiest. Some people mean like the simplest rotation. So it really depends on what you're looking for in a class. There's classes that kill fast, there's classes with simple rotations, there's classes that can take a lot of damage and keep going. So easiest is kind of hard to quantify without more info. Yeah, Flock says the one you have the most fun with is. Yeah. Simple rotation. In classic they all have pretty simple rotations, honestly. That's one of the joys of classic, is that all the rotations make sense. You learn them slowly over time. None of them get overly complicated. There are no overly complicated rotations in classic the way there are in retail. Like, anybody can pick up and learn any class. And you have enough time to do so, because you level slowly. You level slowly, and you level over time. And yeah. Obviously there are some that are like less buttons than others. The Paladin has one of the simpler rotations. What we're doing right now is similar to what we'll be doing in 20 hours from now. But the Rogue is kind of similar to that as well. Yeah, it's all the classes are really simple compared to a lot of things in retail. Like in retail, there are classes that are just so effing complicated that you have to have 3 add-ons to tell you how to play the class. Nothing's like that in Classic Era, though. That's one of the reasons why people are so drawn to Classic Era, why more and more people are playing it and sticking with it. It's because they realize, oh my god, a video game that I can learn to play by playing the video game. Who would have thought? I don't have to read a guide. Oh, I got a bag, but I don't need it. I'll take the good luck anyway, you know? And I'm like, nah, retail again. Let's see. I'm looking for an item. Maybe somebody just grabbed it. We might be waiting for it to respawn. Oh, a chest. Hello. Yes, Classic requires you to have a sub. You don't have to own Dragonflight. You don't have to own any specific expansion. But you do have to have an active sub. It doesn't require you to have Dragonflight. Like, the last retail expansion you bought could be BFA. But if your sub is active, you can play all versions of Classic. And that includes Wrath of the Lich King Classic, Classic Era, and Classic Era Hardcore. Do I play Wrath? Not recently. I played a lot of Wrath. I have an 80 Holy Paladin. We did some heroic pluses, and that was okay. And then I kind of decided I didn't want to heal anymore. Yeah, I haven't played Wrath since then. I probably won't play post Classic Era until Cataclysm comes out. When Cata comes out, then I'll probably check out post Era Classic again. Yeah, Luke, the warrior died yesterday. Yeah. The warrior died yesterday. I spent a little bit of time on a shaman after that to kind of reorient myself. I decided that I didn't want to play Enduratar. I got back on the mage this morning for a bit so that we could all hang out. And then we decided that we're going to go on the paladin. So yeah, rip warrior, long live the paladin. Yeah, it was sad. Yeah, I mean, my paladin on Bloodsail made it to 47, and that was solo, not found hardcore. With the ability to get weapons and armor and stuff, I feel like we have a pretty good chance of going for a long time. I'm not going to go into this cave. We're just going to fight this guy. Yeah, aesthetically and just like lore-wise and like flavor-wise, the Paladin is one of my favorite classes. Absolutely. It should be a good time. Don't get too cocky, play it smart. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to the Warrior. I think that can happen on any class that can deal a shit ton of damage really quickly. Is that it's easy to get really overconfident like I did. Once the Paladin gets higher up in level, like you don't deal a crap ton of DPS really quickly. It's more of a battle of attrition. And we'll be sword and boarding, so I'm hoping that the sword and boarding will get me into the mentality of just like not having to like rush, not having to feel like I have to fight 3 guys at a time and get myself into like bad situations, you know? I'm hoping that's what like sword and boarding will do. The cave calls to ye. No. The cave calls to me and I whisper, no. I go where the respawns are. Right now the respawns are by the cave, yeah.
You got my attention. Safe travels. What can I do for you?
Well here we go. Now we need a shield. There's a one-hander. The next one is the shield. Okay, so what are we doing here? Stolen journal. Alright, alright. We have 4 minutes to deliver the scalding brew. Let's do that really quick. And then we'll go. Probably kill some stuff on the way. If we have resources, we should probably just keep killing stuff as we go. Yeah, we'll go into the cave for the quest. Yeah, I'm not avoiding caves and like, I'm not like, oh, no caves, don't go into caves. I'm just, I'm not gonna do it unnecessarily, you know? But we're definitely going into caves, because you gotta go into caves to complete quests. So, yeah. DoorDash for the Scalding Brew, yes. Exactly. We are the Azerothian DoorDash. Nemo, run 1 to 10 Druid is rough. Yeah, 1 to 10 Druid is probably the worst time on any class in Classic. Yep, big agree. Big agree. Did you guys see for a minute, if you roll it back about 6 seconds, it flashed that I had mail right here and then it went away. And I wonder if anybody else caught that blip. Because yeah, it blipped that I had mail. And then it went away. It was weird. I'm not even sure why I noticed it. It just drew my eye to it. Guys, we had found two blue bags. That's good luck. We didn't need them, but we have found 2 blue bags so far. That's kind of incredible. It's like on the rogue I found 5 bags, which was kind of insane. Okay, let's sell this. Let's sell this. There we go. Sharpening stones I can't use with maces. I can't use them with maces.
I've the finest wares in the land. See you soon. Watch your back. Safe travels.
Oh, there we go. Inner Nightmare, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, the RNG gods are blessing us. Absolutely. If we got 2 bags already, yeah, they must be. Alright, we're not level 6 yet. We don't have to train yet. Let's head back and we'll turn in the mug. And then I suppose we're going into the cave. You think the luck has to balance out somewhere? Yeah, I mean, it might. There's a chance that that's how things work. There's also a chance that you focus hard and ask for specific things to happen, and those things happen. I don't know if I believe just in, like, karma that balances itself out. I think that if you stay focused on something that you want, and you keep asking for something you want, you are more likely to get it. Even if that's bags or drops in a video game. But yeah, if you lose focus and you stop thinking about what you want, you stop asking for what you want, then anything could happen. Then it could be a shit show. We got another bag. Bag number 3. Yeah. Damn. You guys shouldn't give me bags anymore. Don't bother. Apparently I'll find all the bags I need. So, yeah. It's really easy for the universe to, like, give you some bags in a video game, you know? It's harder for the universe to, like, make you a superstar athlete or give you $1 billion. But it's really easy if you ask for it, for, like, the universe to just give you some bags in a video game. Because of how much RNG it depends on.
See you soon.
Alright, we are going into the cave. We are going into the cave. The likelihood of a paladin dying in this cave? Not very likely. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Just in case, we'll, pull some potions out. What other potions can we get going? Let's get Fortitude going. And then we got Troll's Blood. Oh, that's Agility, not Troll's Blood. Okay, Agility, also good. Alright, yeah, we're pretty good. Script, good evening, man. Thanks for being here. BNet, you want a reason to come back to the game? Because right now is the best time to play WoW Classic. Right now we're kind of having like a golden age, like a renaissance of WoW Classic. Where like everyone is coming to the game and they're realizing like how good of a game it is. They're realizing like how it's simple enough to learn and enjoy and master, but it doesn't have all the complications of retail. You don't need 17 add-ons to play it well, and it's so much about the journey and not the destination. Like you don't have to worry about rushing to endgame. You don't have to go watch Belial's video about how to level to 70 in 3 hours. Like you just get to log in, you get to enjoy the game, and there are like millions of people doing that exact same thing. Yeah, if you ever wanted to come back to WoW and play Classic, now is the time to do it. Yeah, it's the best time. Absolutely. It's the best time to play the best version of the game. It's for Classic in general. Even if you did not want to play hardcore, the Classic era servers are popping off. And they have them clustered together, so you're always going to have people to play with You're always going to look into the world and see other people playing with you. Yeah, Classic Era is popping off in general. Much more than other versions of the game. The cool thing about Hardcore is that if you try Hardcore and you get a character killed, you can transfer it to a non-Hardcore server. And then you can continue the journey. And that transfer is free. The Dwarf Paladin is ready to die. I brought a shovel to dig my own grave. That's funny. That's funny. I'm in a group. I don't think I got into the group in time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they killed that guy without me in the group. Yeah, I can't speak much to the state of FF14. I haven't played since Shadowbringers. To me, like, FF14 is more about the MSQ than it is about being like an MMORPG. I know that they have really good endgame stuff, but when I think about an MMO, I think about the journey. I think about the leveling journey. I think about seeing other people in the world. I think about having like organic experiences with other players while I'm playing like out in the world. And like for me, FF14's always been about like just a really, really good JRPG story. At least since recently, you know. Back in the day when A Realm Reborn first came out, it was much more like an MMO. You had to do the side quests and the guild levies and kind of explore and stuff, but these days it's really just the MSQ. Totally different flavors of RPG.
How are you? Be good.
All right, here we go.
Keep your feet on the ground. Safe travels.
It's happening. It's our shield maiden is becoming a shield maiden. It's happening. There we go. All right. So we're finding so many bags. Oh my god. Alright, so what are we doing now? It looks like we're basically done here. Let's go vendor, and we'll hit up the trainer one more time before we head out. No, what happened with the paladin guy was I got really burned out because I could not find a weapon or gear on Bloodcell Buccaneers. We were playing the solo not found version of the game. And so 12 levels later, I couldn't get any weapons. I could never do a one-hander and shield because I never found a one-hander. And that got really, really tedious. And what I talked about a lot, during that playthrough, if you watched it, I talked a lot about how if we could use the auction house, how it would make the playthrough entirely different. And so here we are, with the ability to use the auction house, and trade, and do dungeons over and over again on a daily lockout. So yeah, the pally did get tedious, but it got tedious for solo self-found reasons. I hope that makes sense. Yep. And I talked about that a lot while we were playing it towards the end. How just the ability to take my 100 gold to the auction house could have saved the character.
Be good.
Am I still reading stats and skills? I was reading some of the skills. I read out Seal of Righteousness. I didn't read out Judgment, I realize. So if you don't know what Judgment does and you haven't seen it, we're unleashing the seal. So we put the seal up on ourselves, then we judge it onto the enemy. And so it does whatever it says it's going to do. So for unleashing Seal of Righteousness, for judging Seal of Righteousness, we unleash the seal and it causes 24 additional damage. And then Blessing of Might is increasing our attack power by 20 for 5 minutes. So basically what we do is we put Righteousness on ourselves and then we judge it onto the enemy and we put it back up and we judge it onto the enemy and we kind of keep doing that for now. That is what we're doing. Let's find our trainer.
What's on your
Holy Light rank 2 is a bigger heal. Divine Protection is our first get out of jail free card. Part of what makes the Paladin so amazing in hardcore. You are protected from all physical attacks and spells for 6 seconds. Let me repeat. You are protected from all physical attacks and spells for 6 seconds. But during that time, you cannot attack or use physical abilities yourself. Once protected, the target cannot be made invulnerable by Divine Shield, Divine Protection, or Blessing of Protection for 1 minute. So, this is our runaway. So, we are in a really bad spot. We have pulled 6 guys, and we're gonna die. We pop our bubble, and we GTFO.
feet on the ground?
And eventually, we'll have more bubbles, and eventually, we'll have Lay on Hands. Lay on Hands is a full heal. So yeah, this is step 1 of becoming unkillable. Is the ability that we got. We got this ability at level 6. Level 6. So yeah, think about that. And you can heal on. Yeah, you just can't attack or use a. So if you're low, you can heal up, and then you can keep fighting when it runs out, or you can run away. You have a couple of different choices with it. It could be that you're in a fight that you can win if you can heal up, so you pop it, you heal up, you keep fighting. It could be that you just have to get away because you pulled way too much, and then you pop it and you run away. Yeah, we have to get skinning and we have to get herbalism. I'm kind of hoping there will be places where we can get these. Like in town. But I don't know. We will find out. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get both of them in Keranos that we don't have to go to Ironforge.
What can I do for you? See you soon.
You think Ironforge for at least one of them?
Good day to you.
I really wish that quality of life. I really wish they would put profession trainers in the first town you get to. So like Keranos, Goldshire, Dalinar. Like I really wish they would pop them in the first town. I read Fire. I think it's possible Lay on Hands has that 1 minute cooldown associated with it. I'm not sure though. How like for this, once we do Divine Protection, it says cannot be made invulnerable for 1 minute by any other spell. But no, I don't think it does share that. I'm not sure. You should be able to bubble, and you should then also be able to Lay on Hands. I don't. Besides Lay on Hands itself, I'm not sure what else would lock it out. Yeah, you should be able to use both, right, Nemo? Yeah. Yeah, because that's the powerful thing, is like sometimes we do a bubble, and it's not enough, and we don't quite get away, and then we Lay on Hands, and then we get away. So you should be able to bubble and Lay on Hands. Maybe you don't. Maybe if like you were targeting an enemy and for some reason like your auto target self was not turned on. That's all I can think of is maybe if auto target self was not on. The percent of people who roll Pally? I don't know, actually. I don't really know how popular it is. I'm assuming with the free mount on offer, it's probably pretty popular. The slash who only pulls like the first 50 though. Like it's not a good representation because there could be 300 people here. It's gonna randomly show us 50 of them. So I don't know if this is like a good representation of the percentage of people. You know what I mean? Like if we do it again, it could pull different people. See how the second time I did it, it pulled more Pallies. So you really can't use like a general slash who for like a percentage. It's gonna pull a different group of people every single time. Because there's more than 50 here, but the technology for some reason can only show us 50 at a time, which is pretty pathetic, but 2004. Kenneth, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here.
What can I do for you? Off with you.
Yeah, Core, Pally again. I'm super hyped. I knew I had to just wait. I knew the seed would bloom. Like the other day we started the priest and I just wasn't ready for the paladin yet. When the warrior got killed, I was ready for the paladin. Yeah, I kind of like, part of me knew it immediately. But I needed a couple days to like decompress and figure it out.
Safe travels. Watch your back.
Let's set the Hearthstone.
What can I get for you today? Safe travels.
Nah, Agent Dead, Shami was fine. I didn't want to do Duratar again. We'd done Duratar back to back on the warriors essentially, and on the undead. We did warrior through Duratar, we did undead through Duratar, we did warrior 2 through Duratar.
Off with you.
I was kind of getting sick of Duratar and the horde stuff. And so, you know, I played around with the shaman, I played around with the mage earlier today, and I finally decided that it was time. It was time to start the pally up. And it was time to go. Yeah, I don't have any professions here, which is, it's sad. We're gonna pick up these quests over here at the depot, then we're gonna run to Ironforge and get what we need. We need skinning, we need herbalism. And I don't want to be missing out on skins and stuff. I love Dunmorrow. I love it especially because, like, I'm ready for winter. I'm ready for colder weather, and this kind of, like, gets me in the mood for it.
How are ya? Off with you. You got my attention. Be good.
Mulgore was the first zone that I ran a character around in ever in my life on a friend's account. He was like, "Oh, check it out."
Off with you.
So I checked it out on a Tauren Druid, ran around Mulgore, killed some Planestriders, and I was hooked right away.
Be good.
What hooked me was when I was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" And he opened the map up, and then he went out like this, and he said, "You see each of these? Each of these is a different zone with a different aesthetic and different enemies." And I was like, "Whoa!" And then he did it again. And then he was like, "Each of these is a different zone with a different aesthetic and different enemies." And I was like, "No effing way is the game that big." And he was like, "Yes, effing way it is." And I was hooked ever since. And the fact that it was like, it was all open world. Even back in 2004, you didn't have to zone in to any of the zones. You just walked in. It was really incredible. It still is incredible. But it's really crazy that it was this way, you know, back in 2004. Agent Dead, you're talking about the Wrath of the Lich King Warlock? Yeah, eventually I'm going to get that character ready for Cataclysm. They're keeping Joyous Journey in Wrath permanently now. Because Wrath is kind of a done game. Wrath is kind of like towards the end of its life cycle. And so they're keeping the JJ in forever now, I guess. And so when they give us a release date for Cataclysm, that will let me know when I need to go back and level the Warlock up. Because the Warlock is the class that I want to take into Cataclysm. So yeah, that's going to be the Horde class. We're going to take the Horde Warlock into Cata, and then we'll have to come up with something like DPS. Maybe we'll do like a Mage. I have a 70 Mage. Maybe we'll do a Mage for the Alliance one. Was Cata confirmed? I mean, no, they haven't. We'll get an announcement at BlizzCon. Yeah, November 20th or November 21st, we'll get a BlizzCon announcement for Cataclysm. They haven't really talked about it yet. They've sent surveys out and stuff to gauge interest. But, I mean, it's pretty much like... It's pretty much a shoo-in, yeah. Yes, and we're gonna make a guild for Cata as well. Because I remember Firelands, but I don't remember any of the other raids in Cataclysm. Which is weird. I remember raiding the crap out of Firelands. Yeah, Cora, I'm really interested in what they do with seasonal content as well in Classic Era. We'll hear about seasons as well. So yeah, BlizzCon, they should talk about seasonal vanilla content. BlizzCon, they should talk about Cataclysm. And of course, they'll announce whatever the next retail expansion is, which who really cares about that, right? Were there other raids besides Firelands? I mean, there had to be. There had to be at least 3 tiers of raids. I just don't remember any of them. Dragon Soul. There you go, there's one of them. I don't know why Fireland sticks out so much in my mind. I think what happened was like the guild that me and my friend were in, that we were in always, kind of fell apart during that time. Everyone went and did their own thing for a bit. So him and I had to make our own guild, and we had to recruit people. And we were like in our early 20s then. And like recruiting people and spamming for recruitment and interviewing people was so much like a job. It like burned me out so much that I think that's why it sticks in my mind. Because we did that all during the Firelands raid. Because our guild, most of the people had gone and taken a break by then.
What's on your mind? Watch your back.
And it was one of the best raids ever. Fair. I remember liking it a lot. Yeah. I absolutely loved my time in it, so... We're assuming, Prathan, that the characters are going to carry forward, just like they have done in the past. Yeah. Your Wrath of the Lich King character is going to go right into Cata, because truth be told, they're probably not going to leave any Wrath servers open. I would be very surprised if they left any Wrath servers open once we go into Cata, just like they didn't leave any BC servers open once we went into Wrath. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. No, your current characters in Wrath of the Lich King will go right into Cataclysm. You know what I could have done while we were here? I could have went to the weapon trainer. Maybe I still ought to do that. Maybe I still ought to do that. I think he's going to be over in the war quarter, right? Military ward. Yeah, let's go do this really quick. We'll get axes. BC class design in Classic would be awesome. I would say keep your fingers crossed that they do cool stuff with the seasonal content for vanilla. Remember, by the end of the year, they said we're going to have a second season. And they have promised us that it's not going to be boring like Season of Mastery, where we just got an XP buff, and they changed some loot on some bosses that 2% of the player base ever killed. So yeah, just kind of keep your fingers crossed for maybe some cool stuff happening in the new season.
Can I help you?
You have nothing.
Very well then.
Got my attention.
There we go. One-handed, two-handed axes.
Very good.
Doesn't it bother me that I see the world from a lower viewpoint as a dwarf? In retail, it bothered me because the ground clutter was so offensive that the ground clutter is all taller than your character. In Classic, no, not at all. I had a lot of fun on the Gnome Warrior we played for a while. Because in Classic, I keep my ground clutter set to like a 4. So there's not a lot to like obscure my character. But in retail, in Dragonflight, on my Shaman, it was a Dwarf Shaman. And by the end of it, I had to race change to a Draenei because I was sick of the ground clutter being taller than my character model and completely obscuring me. So in retail, yes. In Classic, no. Alex, I was gifted gold. It's streamer privilege, right? Not only do I have trolls, I have streamer privilege. So it's kind of like this, it feels like it's coming together, right? It's like yes, people give me things and people are awesome. I also have trolls, but I like my trolls. So the trolls boost the algorithm. So yay for that. YouTube algorithm needs all the help it can get. Yeah, I have 10 gold on my bank alt, like 10 or 11 gold sitting on my bank alt. The bank alt I have not yet even ran to Stormwind. Has 10 or 11 gold waiting in the mail. So like we are ready to shop. We're gonna do some hardcore shopping. Probably when we hit like level 12 or 13. We're gonna do some hardcore shopping spree on the auction house. See what we can get. Yes, exactly, Core, and I don't even need mount money. We're gonna be doing so much shopping. Alright, let's try to find like some of the boars and some of the bears that are a little bit of a lower level. Like maybe right around town or right outside of town. Do I have a skinning knife? Absolutely not. I absolutely don't have a skinning knife. Let's go solve that problem really quick. I should have more mail in about 30 minutes. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Vale, the more Classic you play, the more you realize the game was far ahead of its time back then? Yes. Absolutely, and still today, like, WoW Classic is probably the best MMO that exists. If we're talking about, like, a pure MMO for what an MMO is supposed to be, then this is probably the best thing that's available right now.
Watch your back.
Alright, skinning knife engaged. If we come down this way, we'll get to Rumbleshot's ammo. It's a relatively steep drop. Let's come over here and do this one. You think MMOs are dying? Young people don't want to play the long game? Yeah. Everything gets a return. Everything gets a return, which means that things are cyclical. Eventually, young people will not be young anymore. Eventually, young people, if they are the kind of person that likes the zoom, fast, it doesn't mean that they will always be. And I think games like Classic give people an opportunity to step away from the kinds of games they're used to playing and to experience something entirely different. And so I have to hope that everything has a return because everything is kind of cyclical. And so I think that they'll be back. I think that they have kind of faded in popularity. And a lot of it is because like they can't make them that fast, so that you don't get a lot of new MMOs. And so that's like less hype for the genre. But I think that everything comes back around. The people who are zooming today might not always be zooming. They might get sick of zooming. They might get too old for that shit. And then maybe we'll have more MMOs that are like this. Oh boy. Here we go. Alright, we got this. We don't even need these guys yet. Also, I need to keep in mind that our skill level is probably not all the way up there. I need to add a couple things here. Let's go to other channels. I need experience. I need item loot. I need skill ups. I need system messages. I need guild death. And that should be good. Yeah, that's good. The kids love spending their money for skins and weapons and various cosmetics. Yeah. But like I said, it doesn't mean that they'll always want that. In fact, like doing that while you're young and doing that kind of game a lot while you're young, it just kind of means that like maybe you'll change. Maybe you'll get tired of it. Maybe one day they'll open their eyes and realize, oh man, it kind of sucks that you just have to swipe your credit card for the coolest shit. What if there was a game where the coolest shit was earned through gameplay? You know, I feel like people change. But we kind of cycle through some stuff, so we'll see. I have hope. I have to have hope. The glass floor on it all will break one day. The glass floor on pay to win and pay to play, all that shit will break away one day. And people will realize like, wait, these fuckers are scamming us. Games are supposed to be played, not paid. Why am I paying more than I'm playing? Like the glass floor will drop away one day. People will fall, and they'll look up where they were and they'll be confused. Like, wait, what was I doing? That's kind of what I think will happen. Yeah, Clint, they'll continue to try to. Yeah, they'll continue to try to, but I think some of those people are going to get wise. Because humans invariably get wise. And I think eventually, as those people age, they will get sick of that shit. And they'll come up against games like this, where you don't do any of that stuff. And yeah, and they won't all change, but some of them will, I think. I just have to, like, hope, you know? Yeah, Dustin, exactly. Like the single player season passes that are starting to go away. Yes. Because you can manipulate people for a while, but then when they see like what's happening, which they eventually will, or they'll be told by someone smarter than them who they respect what's happening, eventually it'll go away or it'll change, you know?
What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground. I have the finest wires in the land. See you soon.
Oh my god, so many skins. A part of me wants to be doing the quest, but a part of me can't resist skinning every single thing on the ground. Turning on find herbs would probably be a good idea. Yeah, it probably doesn't beat the leather farm in Elwyn, which we will also hit up eventually, probably tonight. But yeah, there's leather everywhere. It's kind of gross, but I like it. We are spending more time skinning right now than anything else. Level 8 is questionable. Yeah. Did you guys see that boar just like skedaddle to behind me? I've never seen a boar move quite like he did, like the moonwalk to get behind me. It was a little bit weird. We probably want to get a heal going here before we aggro this cat. There we go. Okay, cat incoming. Oh, tactical. I haven't been working on cooking or fishing, man. I haven't it's like I just haven't been doing it. Nah. I feel like for hardcore, like I know that there's food buffs and that it's beneficial, but listen, I'm gonna buy some food on the auction house. I'm gonna sell everything. And it's not to go faster, but it's just to go more smoothly. Yeah. That's kind of why I decided not to do any production professions. Was because, you know, I just want to be able to go more smoothly. I want to focus more on the questing and more on the grinding. And if I fish and cook, it's time I got to devote to that. And then it just feels worse if you do get a character killed and you know you spent like 10 hours working on fishing and cooking. You're like, oh damn. But I think I'm gonna look on the auction house to make sure that we have like buff food. Cause yeah, I'd like to have some buff food. I just don't want to work on it. Listen, when they quality of life the game so that I can tell the game to make all 10 of the item and the bar goes once and it makes all 10 instantly, then we can talk. But when I have to use my time and your guys' time to watch like 30 pieces of meat go from left to right, I don't really want to do it. I've made myself do it a little bit in the past, and I typically have regretted it. Probably, Alex. Yeah, I mean that's probably true. Ultimately, though, I can only be what I'm comfortable with. That's kind of how I look at it. If it interested me, I would do it, but I just don't have a big interest in it. And I did force myself to do it on many characters. You know, there were many characters where we did fishing, we did cooking, and so it's not like I haven't tried it. It's not like I haven't made myself do it on a handful of characters. So I kind of know what I feel about it. Yeah, tactical, that's one way to play, man. I like being able to get stuff. I don't ask for things, but I'll take stuff that people want to give me. And I kind of made that decision coming into this version of the game. After playing solo self-found for so long where like we couldn't do anything, I kind of just decided if people wanted to give me stuff like bags and stuff, that's fine, I would take them. Listen, I have a hard enough time staying alive as it is. And so yeah, I decided that early on and I talked about it a little bit going into this version of the game. And I know that's not for everybody, and I know there are people that it pisses off, you know. But I wouldn't do cooking and fishing anyway. Like, cause that's not what it's about. I don't really enjoy it. And me not enjoying it is more what it's about than anything else. Because even if people weren't throwing gold at me, I would just do what I'm doing now. I'd skin an herb, I'd sell that, and then I would still go buy buff food on the auction house. I would just have less money at the end of the day. Yeah, I wouldn't do it anyway. Because I decided that I wasn't going to. I decided that I wasn't going to do fishing and cooking anymore. I forget what character it was, but there came a... It was probably like the first... It was probably the second warrior that I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I did it in like 5... I did it on like 5 characters that died, and like it didn't help me not die. I said the game was designed for death. Yeah, Anubis it is. That's why there's graveyards. That's why there's no real penalty for dying in the game when you're playing normally. The game is designed to get you killed over and over and over again. When you really think about it, the fact that we're playing 1-life characters is kind of insane. Do I have any meta progress on the Alliance side? I have about 10 golds on a bank alt. I have 4 golds here that I was gifted that I need to send to the bank alt. And like really the way I look at meta progression is basically the golds you can save from character to character. So yeah, we're going to be able to do some shopping pretty soon. Probably this evening. I'm going to get back on this evening and we're going to keep going. At least for a couple hours. Because I'm super into the Paladin right now. Pretty soon, I'm going to have to go pick my son up. But we are going to be back on this evening. And we are going to do some more. I think part of that might be hitting up the auction house and seeing what we can find. I went way too far east. This was not the direction I intended to go. Well, let's head back over this way. Oh yeah, level 8 stuff. Oof. If I get a character to 60, what's next for the character? Probably nothing. They have completed their journey. I will be very, very happy. I will go take a nap after that, and then I will go again. I don't have a big interest in hardcore raids. If I did a hardcore raid, two things. I would expect to die. Because people die in raids. That's kind of like a staple of doing a 40-man raid, is that like, by the end of it, half of you are probably going to be dead. And it would be for content. I don't like doing things purely for content that aren't things that I'm also like just having fun with. So like 60-man, 40-man hardcore raids don't really appeal to me. Especially because on this server we don't get the immortality option. There's no way to do immortality. It's hardcore all the way. And if I get a character to 60, I want to be happy that I completed the challenge. Yeah, I don't really have a big interest in it. If I want to raid, I'm going to do it in seasonal vanilla. If I want to raid vanilla, we're going to do that in the seasonal model of the game. We'll have a guild for the new season, and then anybody who wants to raid, we can definitely do that. Keopi, we have a guild. Yeah, we have a guild. Yeah. Yeah, we're already here. We got it's not as big as the Horde Guild, but the Horde Guild was alive for longer, and I've been playing more Horde recently. So I'm sure that over time now, the HC Ramblers on the Alliance side now will probably have a growth spurt as well. So yeah. Absolutely. Johnny, welcome back, man. Yeah, just do, Keopi, when you're online, just do /who HC Ramblers and just whisper somebody in the guild. And if they can't invite you, they should be able to reach out to somebody who can.
What can I do for you? See you soon. What's on your mind? Be good.
Do I have a favorite expansion? Burning Crusade. Yep, Burning Crusade. Alright, guys, I'll tell you what. I do have a hard stopping point right now, right this minute, basically. I do have to end for now. However, I am going to get back on here for at least a couple hours early this evening, later this afternoon. Either before or after dinner, I will be back. I want to play more of the Paladin. I'm really, really happy to be here on the Paladin. I'm really happy to have you guys here with me on this journey. I think it's gonna be special. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate all of the support. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.